Hey everybody, welcome to the Hockey SKATEDOWN. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe with the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. Will Jack Eichel be a Buffalo Sabre to start next season? I want to talk about that in this video because after a recent interview he dropped a heavy bombshell of wherever that might be. And a lot of people are freaking out about that one line because a lot of people are thinking is pointing the finger to saying that he's going to ask for a trade and ask to be parting ways with the Buffalo Sabres. So I want to talk about that in this video. I want to talk about possible scenarios where he may want to stay and talk about the New York Rangers. They're that one team that has been heavily talked about as being that destination that Jack Eichel may go to because they have a lot of assets to acquire him. So definitely stay with me throughout this video and we'll talk about that all. So in the interview, Jack Eichel said, "I've been a bit upset about the way things have been handled since I've been hurt. There's been a lot of disconnect. A bit of disconnect between myself and the organization. It's been tough at times. Right now, for me, the most important thing is to try and get healthy, figure out a way to be available to play hockey next year, wherever that might be." So this is all stemming from what he talked about in this article about his injury, and John Vogel tweeted out about it as well. He said that the Sabres, Eichel said that the Sabres wouldn't allow him to have surgery on his herniated disc in his neck. Eichel goes on to say, they were talking about my body, my rules sort of thing, and Eichel goes on to say, "It doesn't work like that. I wish. I'm under contract with the team, and they hold a lot of cards on what I can and can't do." Eichel wasn't happy with the Sabres physician's diagnosis and went for a second opinion, and the second opinion recommended surgery, but the new rules of the CBA say that the team's physician has final say. So, Elliot Friedman tweeted that Eichel is upset about the way things have been handled with his injury. Eichel would not discuss if he's asked for a trade, accepted that he didn't play as well as he wanted to this year, and added he has a lot of thinking to do, and there's a lot that I have to consider. So, Eichel currently has $10 million cap hit. His contract expires at the season of 2025-2026. He's 24 years old. He's in the prime of his career. And this year he did have an off season, barring all those injuries. 21 games played, 2 goals, 16 assists, 18 points. So do you guys and girls see Jack Eichel playing for the Buffalo Sabres to start next season? Or do you see him playing for another NHL team? And this is a very interesting question. You've heard the frustrations mounting with this player. He's voiced his opinion on numerous occasions. And, with the Buffalo Sabres yearly not making the playoffs, it's growing on him. And he wants to play. He wants to win. He wants to play in the playoffs and try to have a chance to win the cup. So, I don't know where it's going to lead to with this. Is it going to lead where he requests a trade? With maybe if the Buffalo Sabres can really bunker down this year and try to get a new coach, a new good coach. There's a lot of good names out there. If they can pick a good coach to really help this team out, build some structure, have them play with grit. This team did play well under Granato, and you saw them play better towards the end of the year. Yeah, they still lost here and there, but they played better in those games. A lot of players really stepped up. Asplund played well. Middlestad played well. They had a lot of players really rise to the occasion to show, hey, next year maybe play a little bit more. I can be better. So, we'll see what happens with this. Eichel is still a dominant player. He can really help out the Sabres. He can help out a lot of organizations as well, but it's going to cost a lot. And it's going to be a blockbuster trade if any team is willing to do that. It's going to be money in, money out for both teams, especially the Rangers. You're hearing the Rangers being linked to the Buffalo Sabres a lot, and they're up against the cap as well. They do have some cap flexibility, but, Panarin's a hefty fine. A hefty cap hit. Trouba's a hefty cap hit. You have the situations with what Fox is going to get in his new deal. Has he played so good this year? And then you have Zibanejad's contract. That he's going to need a new deal going forward in the next coming time too. So they have a lot of decisions to make on who they're going to keep around, who they're going to move. But it's going to be dollars in, dollars out to the Sabres as well. So but the Sabres have to win this trade. They really do. The Sabres have got to win this trade or don't do it at all. Because Jack Eichel is a player that could still help your organization if he's motivated and if he's in the right mindset. So if Kevin Adams and company, if Kevin Adams and the owners can get on the right page, get a good coach, bring in the right personnel. You know, they need a good, solid backup goaltender. You know, Olmark, they're targeting to keep. And, you know, I don't think they're going to go with the same situation with Olmark and Hutton, but you need a good 1B. In case Olmark is out, injured or something, you need a good goaltender to step up and win those games when has his off time. So if they can bring in a good goaltender, you bring in a really good coach who can really help this team out, and you surround Eichel with some good wingers and good players. I know they tried with the whole Hall situation, but that just didn't work. But, you know, they have to do it again and bring in a good top 6 talent to help them out. So if they can really help with the roster additions, if they can help with bringing in a really good coach where Eichel wants to play for, you know, he may change his mind about it and want to stay. So it's going to be a very interesting offseason to see what Kevyn Adams does and the timing of it all. I think you'll start to see moves happen quick to kind of get into Eichel's head to be like, okay, I see what they're doing here. I want to stay here and play. So it's going to be another interesting offseason with the Buffalo Sabres to see what they do. It's going to be a very interesting draft to see if they can actually win the first overall pick this year. That'd be good for them as well. So there's some good defensemen at the top of this draft. There's some good wingers and centers, too, to help them out if they decide which route they want to go with that. But, you know, the Sabres have an interesting offseason. They have a really good draft. They have a good amount of cap space to work with. And they have, you know, free agency that can help them out as well. So, number one is bring in a good coach. They have to do that. Number two, work out this Eichel situation, and they have to bring in some good players to surround them with to try to help them win. So we'll see what happens with the whole Jack Eichel situation. I'm sure we're going to hear more and more as time goes on during this offseason. So comment below what you think about this. What do you think about this interview? What do you think about Jack Eichel? Do you want him to get traded? Do you want him to stay? Comment below and let me know. And as always, thank you all so much. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button. If you haven't done so, subscribe to Hockey SKATEDOWN. Join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the night. Have a great day. Take it easy. Stay safe.